There we go. Well, good evening. I'm going to stop saying good evening. We're going to start with a bit of a sing-along. As I said, we're going to the music hall this evening. So, here we go. Let's all go to the music hall. Where am I going? Now there's no entertainment like the good old music hall. That's the place to go to when the evening shadows fall. If you want a spot of laughter when you're feeling blue, go and book yourself a seat or line up in a queue. Oh, let's all go to the music hall, where the show is gay and bright. Have a banana. Let's all go to the music hall, where the stars are twinkling twice a night. Whether you sit in the gallery, the circle or the pit, or whether you sit in the red plush stall, when the busy day is done, if you want to have some fun, let's all go to the music hall. One more time. Let's all go to the music hall, where the show is gay and bright. Have a banana. Let's all go to the music hall, where the stars are twinkling twice a night. Whether you sit in the gallery, the circle or the pit, or whether you sit in the red plush stall, when the busy day is done, have you want to have some fun, let's all go to the music hall. Well, it's Thursday evening. Here we are, here we are, here we are again. There's Pat and Mac and Tommy and Jack and Joe. When there's trouble brewing, when there's something doing, are we downhearted? No, let 'em all come. Here we are, here we are, here we are again. We're fit and well and feeling as right as rain. Never mind the weather, now they're not together. Hello, hello, here we are again. One more time. Here we are, here we are, here we are again. There's Pat and Mac and Tommy and Jack and Joe. When there's trouble brewing, when there's something doing, are we downhearted? No, let 'em all come. Here we are, here we are, here we are again. We're fit and well and feeling as right as rain. Never mind the weather, now they're all together. Hello, hello, here we are again. We are here again. Yes, Thursday night, it's Carradine's self-isolation sing-along. Welcome back to those regulars who are watching this evening, and welcome to any new people who are watching, potentially, who have joined the following. There we go. And if you like what I do, of course, you can do the great thing and click the share button beneath this video now to encourage other people to watch it and join in. As I said, grab the songbooks from Carradine's cockneysingalong.co.uk, and also there's a little tip jar there if you're throwing some coins my way. As usual, my wonderful wife Faye is working the comments this evening. Hello, Faye.
Hello, good evening.
You might be able to see her just out of the corner of the view there. So, and also, for the astute amongst you, as we were in Southend last week, the revelation of being the right way round for the first time, piano-wise, we thought we would be the right way round again. So I've turned the phone round, so it's a bit weird for me. I can't see what's going on with the comments or how many people are watching, and equally whether we're streaming okay and I'm not getting a phone call in. So please don't ring me now. Hopefully it won't come through. So Faye is working all the comments and double-checking that everything is working. And thank you so much for your advice on the sound. Glad we are coming in loud and clear. So over to Faye. Any comments or shout-outs so far?
We've had a few comments on the change of scenery.
Nice comments, I hope.
Yes, a compliment for our mirror in the dining room.
Oh, the lovely
and
Art Deco mirror in the back.
You are reflected in it.
Oh.
So looking really good. Also, a nice comment on good to hear a real piano again. And actually, it was tuned last week.
This was tuned last week on the same time that we went to Southend to the piano pavilion. Val, the tuner there, the resident tuner, very kindly tuned this for me as well. So this is Kimberly, my mobile piano, for those of you who see me out and about. Some of you might remember Evie, my Eve Staff mini piano. She was my first piano I had. But this is Kimberly. She's my latest piano. She came from a good friend of mine, Mark Davis, who's a mobile pianist down in Shoreham. And yes, he gave me this. He's modified it slightly, so you can see more of the inner workings of it. And she's quite loud and bright, quite a lot brighter and louder than Evie was. But Evie unfortunately went to the piano shop in the Sky. She had a broken bass bridge, and we had to, unfortunately, I had to take her apart. Her iron frame is still in the garden. I managed to take the rest of her apart. That went to the tip. But yeah, we're taking a trip to the music hall this evening. So if you've got any music hall memories or favourite musical songs that I can sing for you this evening, do get the request in through Faye. Lots of requests for people this evening as well, and thankfully lots of musical requests that we can do too. So on that theme, the music hall, of course, many of you remember The Good Old Days. Any fans of The Good Old Days out there? Which was filmed at Leeds City Varieties and was hosted by the wonderful chairman Leonard Sachs with his alliterative introductions. But of course, the main performers in that, the chorus anyway, were from the wonderful Players Music Hall, which was underneath the arches at Charing Cross. Anyone remember going to the Players? And before that, they were actually in premises in Covent Garden on King Street, actually where I park, very close to where I park my van when I go to Mr. Fogg's Tavern on King Street. And they started off there and really led the kind of music hall revival, I suppose, through the 50s, 60s, 70s. And they're still going. The company is split, but they regularly perform both at the Players, though they don't own that anymore. They perform there and also at the Museum of Comedy. And there are other people associated with that who perform at the Leeds City Varieties too. So lots of musicals still going on, and some wonderful musicals we'll talk about this evening as well, I'm sure. So I thought this is a little dedication to all those wonderful fans of the Players Music Hall. This is a little bit of what they the sing-along request that they sing at Players shows at the Late Joys. And this goes out to Friar Lee Taylor out in Llangollen. Get my double L's right. Llangollen, who's been doing a fantastic thing during lockdown, which is his Mission Hall to Music Hall sing-alongs on a Sunday evening. A great celebration of not only sacred music, but also music hall hits as well. Give him a like and follow. If you fancy that, I'll pop a link to that in the Carradine's Cockney sing-along page so you can take a look. But yeah, Lee's asked for these on before, so I thought we'd have a little bit of Covent Garden in the morning. Goes like this. Cherries so red, strawberries ripe, at home of course they'll be storming. Never mind the abuse, you'll have the excuse to go to Covent Garden in the morning. This is in your songbooks. Cherries so red, strawberries ripe, at home of course they'll be storming. Never mind the abuse, you'll have the excuse. You went to Covent Garden in the morning. And another song they sing at the Players is this one, which was made famous by Champagne Charlie, Mr. George Label. And it goes like this. It's called Oh the Fairies. Again, this is in your songbooks. Oh the fairies, whoa the fairies, nothing but splendour and feminine gender. Oh the fairies, whoa the fairies, all for a wing of a fairy queen. Go get some swaying going. We'll sing that one again, and you need to give a big whoa when we get to the woes. Oh the fairies, whoa the fairies, nothing but splendour and feminine gender. Oh the fairies, whoa the fairies, oh for a wing of a fairy queen. There we go, taking us to the wonderful Players Music Hall there. Hopefully if you've got any comments or memories of the Players Music Hall, then do pop them in the comments below and Faye will give a shout out. Now, we've got any birthdays in this evening? If you've got any birthdays, again, get those in through Faye. Faye does,
I've
indeed.
had one already.
Oh, go on.
It's Karen Hancock's mother's birthday. It's Stephanie's birthday on this coming Monday.
Stephanie out in Canada. Hello. Happy birthday. Well, I've definitely got two birthdays in this evening. One is Louise Henderson. Louise Henderson, your birthday tomorrow, the 4th. And that's from Susanna Cater, one of the regulars here on Carradine's Cockney Sing Along. She says, we'll be celebrating with the Prosecco Palace friends in Old Portsmouth and no doubt we'll be rolling home. Well, hope you have a fantastic birthday. A little request for you, Louise, was a little bit of the Wompom Song. So this one's not in the songbooks, but I will do my best attempt. A little bit of Flanders and Swan. You can do such a lot with a wampum. You can use any part of it too. For work or for pleasure, it's a triumph, it's a treasure. Who, there's nothing that a wampum cannot do. Now the thread from the coat of a wampum has the warmth and resilience of wool. You need never wash or brush it, it's impossible to crush it, and it shimmers like the finest sort of tune. So our clothes are all made from the wampum. Modern garments, sportswear, lingerie. They are waterproof and plastic. Where it's needed, they're elastic. They emphasise the figure as you see. Hail to the blithe wampum. Hail to the oplons. All providing wampum. Universal ont. You can shave with the rind of a wampum. And it acts as a soapless shampoo. And the root in little doses keeps you free from halitosis. Oh, there's nothing that a wampum cannot do. Well, there's nothing that a wampum cannot do. No, there's nothing that a wampum cannot do. There we go, Louise. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Now, also, any more birthdays there, Faye?
Not yet.
Not at the moment. Well, Matthew Muscat out in Malta. It's his birthday. Was his birthday on Tuesday, and just wondering whether there's any other Maltese people watching this evening. I know Tan is watching out in Cyprus, Nancy is watching out in the States, and obviously Karen out in Canada as well. If anybody else is watching around the world, make sure you put those things in the comments and Faye can shout them out as well. And but for Matthew, he requested. Oh, Faye.
I was going to say we have heard from Chuck in San Francisco, and apparently they're in lockdown.
Oh no!
So sending love.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Chuck. Well, hopefully this is going to cheer you up. You're going to know this one. We did this one last week in its entirety, but Matthew, for your birthday, a little bit of Harry Champion. Again, this is in your songbooks. On page 2, goes like this. I'm Henery the Eighth, I am. Henery the Eighth, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. And everyone was an Henery. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. No, Sam, I'm a grateful man named Henery. I'm Henery the Eighth, I am. Hey, Matthew, happy birthday. There we go. Thank you so much for joining us, as always. For those of you who just joined us, I'm Tom Carradine from Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along. You know that anyway. Here every Thursday live on Facebook with a good old-fashioned sing-along. Song lyrics can be downloaded from carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. And if you like what I do and you fancy throwing some coins my way, my virtual tip jar, I'd be very grateful for anything you can give. You can do that on my website too. Now, if you have problems with the virtual tip jar, don't worry. There is a PayPal link as well you can click through. I know we've had problems with the donation button in the past, but if you have problems with that, there's a PayPal link as well there. So that was a bit of Harry Champion. I'm Henery the Eighth, I am. A great Costa comic on the musicals. Musical, predominantly a working class tradition, originated in around kind of the 1850s, came out of the song and supper rooms, kind of gentlemanly entertainment, post kind of dinner entertainment, lots of drinking and eating, and mostly amateur singing to start in the songs and supper rooms and the kind of glee singing, kind of glee clubs. But it was when the publicans cottoned on to the fact that actually if they got some professional singers to sing and kind of lead everybody in sing-alongs, then they'd sell more beer and more food. So that's really how it kind of came about. But really from the 1850s, I suppose, really till the outbreak of the First World War, that was the kind of height, the pinnacle of music hall, and then it kind of tailed off and turned into variety. I suppose we had things like moving pictures come along, which meant that kind of music hall fell out of popularity. But the real kind of height, I suppose, of music hall was perhaps at the turn of the century. And wonderful characters like Harry Champion, Gus Elan, George Labour, as I said, Champagne Charlie, Mari Lloyd, Ella Shields, Vesta Tilley. More of those names which will come this evening. But I thought we should have another Harry Champion. Not a most popular one of Harry Champions, but this is a request. This one goes out. This was being requested from Martin Glaister for his wife Anne. He says that they first heard this song about 10 years ago, sung by a group performing at the Broadstairs Folk Week. It made us laugh because we're both from South London. I was in the London Fire Brigade and we both had been to the Dun Cow before it was turned into a dentist's surgery. So there we go, the old Dun Cow, the pub on the Old Kent Road. I'm not sure that this song is written about that pub, but it doesn't matter. We can imagine that. Sung by Harry Champion, and in 1911, a very famous recording made in 1911 by Harry Champion. And he's got a sing-along chorus, which is in your songbooks. This is on page 2 of your songbooks, but it's got a little verse and tells you a little story, as all of his songs did. And they goes like this. Some pals and I in a public house were playing dominoes last night, when all of a sudden in the pot man runs with his face all chalky white. "What's up?" said Jones. "Why, you silly old fool, have you seen old Aunt Maria?" "I'll be blowed," the pot man cried, "the bloomin' pub's on fire." "On fire," says Brown, "what a bit of luck, come along with me and see. Down in the cellar, if the fire ain't there, we'll have a fair old spree." So off goes down with good old Brown, booze we couldn't miss. We hadn't been 10 minutes there when I was just like this. Here's the chorus. And there was Brown, upside down, mopping up the whiskey on the floor. "Booze, booze, booze," then the fireman cried as they got banging on the door. "Cor blimey, don't let them in till it's all mopped up," someone said to McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Old Johnson flew to a port wine tub and he gave it just a few hard knocks. He then starts taking off his pantaloons, likewise his shoes and socks. "Hold hard," said Brown, "if you want to wash your feet, there's a barrel full of 4 ale here. Don't put your trotters in the port wine, Jack, while there's more old stale beer." Just then there was such a dreadful crash, half the blooming roof gave way. We were almost drowned with a fireman's hose, but we were still all gay. For we found some barrels and some old tin tacks, shoved ourselves inside. We all got drenched in good old scotch, till we were bleary-eyed. Let's see you on the chorus. Oh, there was Brown, upside down, mopping up the whiskey on the floor. "Booze, booze, booze," and the fireman cried as they got banging on the door. "Cor blimey, don't let them in till it's all mopped up," someone said to McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. We got so drunk we did not know the blooming cellar had caught fire. Poor old Jones had the DTs bad and wanted to retire. "There's old Nick," said another poor chap, "and he's stoking the blooming fire." "That's no bogey, it's a fireman, Tom," at least said McIntyre. "Let's get out," said a blind old boy, "it's getting rather hot down here." "Don't be a fool," said a boozy bloke, we haven't drunk the beer." For we filled our caps and we drank like cats, missed the flames and smoke. I had to take me collar off, I thought that I should choke. All together. And there was Brown, upside down, mopping up the whiskey on the floor. "Booze, booze, booze," and the fireman cried as they got banging on the door. "Cor blimey, don't let 'em in till it's all mopped up," someone said to McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. There we go. For Martin and Anne there, a bit of Harry Champions, when the old dun cow caught fire. Bit wordy that one, as most of Harry Champion's songs were too. So over to Faye. Any comments coming in there, Faye?
Oh, we've had a couple more birthdays. Oh,
brilliant. Fire away.
It's Colin Taylor's birthday. He lives in Hertfordshire. So thank you,
Happy
Karen,
birthday, Colin.
for sending that one over. Now, I'm going to try and pronounce your name correctly. I think it's Susan Beswick, your son Liam. He turns 14 tomorrow.
Yay,
so
14 tomorrow.
Birthday. And we've got a couple of shout-outs. We've got the Copenhagen Tweed Picnic crew. We'll say hi to them. And a comment from Alison Price when we were talking about Kimberly.
Yep.
She was saying she just has the Victoria Wood accent in her head.
My friend
and
Kimberly.
I had exactly the same thing earlier today.
Have you seen her? Can you point at it? No, can you see her?
Yeah, and we were talking about which countries we've got people watching from. So we've got Sweden, Germany, we've got Brisbane, Rose Grassmeaders in Brisbane again this week.
My word, truly international as
we really
always.
are, and it's great to have you all along.
And there we go, the Copenhagen Tweed crew, Tweed ride, or Tweed, no, we're not Tweed riding, we're Tweed picnicking. Yes, I'm off to Denmark on next Friday to perform for the Copenhagen Tweed Picnic on Saturday. So I'm not looking forward to the 2 hours on the plane, but very much looking forward to performing for all those wonderful folks over there and friends. And fingers crossed for some nice weather. It's an outdoor park event. So, yeah, looking forward to it. And I'll make sure there'll be some stuff going up on Facebook or on Instagram as well if you follow the story. For, yeah, what I'm up to with that. So now back to our music hall songs. Of course, if you're a regular viewer of the good old days, you remember the last rousing chorus that they always had at the Lead City Varieties for the good old days was, of course, Down at the Old Bull and Bush. Now, for the regulars of the channel here, or the regulars of the sing-along, you, I know, might have seen my video on YouTube about this. I've mentioned before that actually it's not an English song. As much as we think of the Old Bull and Bush as a Cockney pub, indeed it is up in Hampstead Town, it's not actually a Cockney song. It was originally an American song, written as a drinking song, a beer garden kind of anthem for the Anheuser-Busch Brewery, who brew Budweiser beer. So the original chorus went, "Come, come, drink a Budweiser with me under the Anheuser-Busch, Busch, Busch." And who was it? Oh, who heard it? Florrie Ford. He was a very famous musical performer who was actually Australian, not English at all. She came over here to make her fortune, as she did. She also toured to the States and heard that song while she was over in the States and asked the American lyricist to write her an English version. Now, the interesting thing about the English version, as you will find out, I'm going to sing you the verses for this, is, yeah, what the kind of atmosphere and the flora and fauna of Hampstead Town is a little off-kilter with the lyrics, but as you will see, they a legacy from the original version. So this one is a bit of Down at the Old Bull and Bush, goes out to Joe and Max Lawless in Coventry. Joe and Max, I hope you're watching and enjoying. So here we go, a little rousing, because you'll know the chorus, and the chorus is on page 3 of your songbooks. There we go. No excuses, you all know this. But the verse goes like this. Talk about the shade of the sheltering palm. Praise the bamboo tree with its wide-spreading charm. There's a little nook down near old Hampstead Town. You know the place, it has won great renown. Often with my sweetheart on a bright summer's day, to the little pub there my footsteps will stray. If she hesitates when she looks at the sign, promptly I whisper, now do not decline. All together, come, come, come and make eyes at me down at the Old Bull and Bush. Da 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 da. Come, come, drink some port wine with me down at the Old Bull and Bush. Hear the little German band, da 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 da. Just let me hold your hand, dear. Do, come and have a drink or two down at the Old Bull and Bush, Bush, Bush. There we go. Bamboo trees, wide-spreading palms. Not entirely sure I've seen any of those in Hampstead. In the little parlour on a cold winter's night, all is very cheerful, so snug and so bright. Nell looks at me, but now not with a frown. She would not change with the Queen and her crown. It was there I first met the joy of my life. She gave a troth and is now my dear wife. Her eyes always glisten when she sees the sign. So all of you join in a glass of good wine. All together, come, come, come and make eyes at me down at the Old Bull and Bush. Da 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 da. Come, come, drink some port wine with me down at the Old Bull and Bush. Hear the little German band, da 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 da. Just let me hold your hand, dear. Do, come and have a drink or two down at the Old Bull and Bush, Bush, Bush. Hey, there we go for Joe and Max in Coventry. A little bit of Down at the Old Bull and Bush. Hopefully some memories of the good old days there for all of you. Any comments and suggestions that are coming in there, Faye?
Well, we've had loads of suggestions. I do have one comment to say. This is the whole evening's reminding Anne Savage of watching the good old days with her mum. And she was saying, you know, Leonard Sachs and his elaborate vocab. And she asked if you're able to do any of that.
You put me on the spot now, Anne.
It's all about the alliteration.
Yeah, the sort of kind of cascading cornucopia of clavitudinal cascades. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll practice some up for you. I might have to do those in a few weeks. Leave that one with me.
I do have some memories. Sarah Thomas Lane was saying she loved going down to the Players.
Oh.
Now, let's see if you actually know these. There were a couple of songs she particularly enjoyed.
Oh, go on.
One was Joshua, nicer than lemon squash
You are, Joshua, nicer than lemon squash you are. Oh, by gosh, you are, Joshua. Something like that.
Well done. And Romeo, what have you done with Juliet?
Oh, one I know of, but I don't know to play, actually. I will add that to my list. For you. There are quite a few kind of Shakespearean quotes and things in musical songs. There's a very funny musical Shakespeare skit. I think that's in the Shakespeare Review. Maybe a little medley of those. Leave that one with me. Anything else there, Faye?
Little bit of Two Lovely Black Eyes.
Oh, two lovely black eyes. Oh, what a surprise. Only for telling a man he was wrong. Two lovely black eyes. Lovely bit of Charles Coburn there. Again, My Nelly's Blue Eyes. Not an original Cockney song, that one. That was another American import there. Anything else there, Faye?
I live in Trafalgar Square. I'm not sure if that counts as music hall, but I like it.
Oh, it is very much so. But I'm going to avoid playing it because the YouTube algorithm says it is copywritten music. Oh, I'll give you a blast anyway. I can always trim it out on the YouTube. I live in Trafalgar Square with 4 lions to guard me. Fountains and statues all over the place, and the Metropole staring me right in the face. I'll own it's a trifle drafty, but I look at it this way, you see. If it's good enough for Nelson, it's sure good enough for me. I love that one. It's brilliant. If you like that, it is available on my... where are my albums down here? There we go. I have two albums available from my website. My sing-along album with an hour's worth of sing-along classics. And my music hall album as well, my music hall songbook, which that's on there. Let's Go to the Music Hall. I'm Henery the Eighth. Daisy. Watch The Money Brett the Bank of Monte Carlo. I Live in Trafalgar Square. 11 music hall classic on there for that you can buy from my website.
And the writing's the right way round.
And it is the right way round if you know it is. Actually, while we're on that for things that are the right way round then. Of course, if you're on my website, you can buy my mugs. Don't forget the mugs. A good old-fashioned cuppa if you haven't got one already. And, of course, we've still got a limited number of these self-isolation sing-along tea towels left. There we go. I carried on with Carradine's Cockney sing-along. If you fancy one of those, get yourself over to the website and buy those there. Actually, on that front, it's been lovely this week. We've had a couple of wonderful gifts through the post. We have some lovely magnets here. This one from Ellen Murphy in Welwyn Garden City. She sent some lovely little magnets through for myself, Faye, and Andrew. Andrew, who's upstairs in bed this evening because he's had his first day back at school today, and he was absolutely knackered. So hopefully he'll be with us next week. But yeah, thank you so much, Ellen, for the wonderful magnets. Those are on our fridge. And also, Leslie and Robert Hyde kindly sent some honey and some homemade jam as well. So thank you so much for those. Really, really appreciate it. Actually, Leslie and Robert, last time we were at Wilton's Music Hall, brought this huge marrow that they'd grown on their allotment for me and gave it to me and presented it to me for the Oh What a Beauty. I've never seen one as big as that before. It was huge. I've really never seen one that big before. So there we go. Robert and Leslie, thank you so much for the kind gift in the post. Where are we going now? A few anniversaries. Anyone watching this evening? Anniversaries. Hannah and Sean O'Kelly, I saw on Facebook, good friends of ours, over at Gloucester Way. And Susanna and Neil Cater, regulars here on the Thursday night sing-along. Now, they're out this evening. They are enjoying a meal out for their 23rd wedding anniversary, which is on Sunday. So they'll be catching up on this a little later on. So Susanna and Neil, congratulations. And I know it's not strictly music hall, but Neil requested this, their first dance. Just a perfect day, drink sangria in the park, and later when it gets dark we go home. just a perfect day. Feed animals in the zoo, then later a movie too, and then home. Jobby Faye! Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. There we go. Not really music hall, but hey, why not? A little bit of Lou Reed. It's such a perfect day.
And gratuitous harmony.
And gratuitous harmony. I wish I'd
favourite.
practiced that earlier on. For Susanna and Neil there, congratulations. Actually, if we've got any more loved ones in and you're feeling in a romantic mood, how about this one for you? Daisy Bell. We always sing Daisy Daisy, a.k.a. Daisy Bell, every week. But have you heard the verses before? So here we go. We're going to turn to top of page 3 in your songbooks for this. This one goes out to Francis Casey, Ian Valentine, and The Cat. This was requested by Ian for Francis, Ian, and The Cat. A little bit of Daisy Bell. You all know the chorus for this. But again, have you heard the lyrics for the verse? This was written in 1892 by a guy called Harry Dacre. He was English, but he wrote this actually and released it in the States. He'd emigrated out there. And the story kind of goes that he tried to he got charged importing duty on his bicycle that he took over, and someone joked to him that it would have cost him double if he'd imported a tandem, and so that he'd kind of turn it around and use that idea to write a song about a tandem. I'm not entirely sure whether that's true, but hey, tandems and bicycles in general, I suppose, were very, very popular in the late 1800s. So here we go, a little bit of Daisy Bell with the verse. Let me hear you singing along with the chorus. There is a flower within my heart, Daisy, Daisy, planted one day by a glancing dart, planted by Daisy Bell. Whether she loves me or loves me not, sometimes it's hard to tell. Yet I am longing to share the lot of beautiful Daisy Bell. Let's hear you. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer do. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle made for two. We will go tandem as man and wife, Daisy, Daisy, pedaling away down the road of life, I and my Daisy Bell. When the road's dark we can both despise policemen and lamps as well. There are bright lights in the dazzling eyes of beautiful Daisy Bell. Last time, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer do. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle made for two. Hey, there we go. A little bit of Daisy Bell. Now, of course, the original lyrics for that are a bicycle built for two. Though some suggest that change happened in popularity in the 1960s, 70s, when it was released again. I can't remember who released it, and changed the lyrics to a bicycle made for two. But actually, I've seen there were two sets of sheet music that were published at the time. One that said a bicycle built for two, and one a bicycle made for two. Made famous by Katie Lawrence back in 1892 when it was originally released. There we go, a little bit of Daisy Daisy for Francis, Ian, and the cat. I don't know what the cat's called. If you you can let us know what the cat's called. We'll give the cat a shout out as well. Any more comments coming in there, Faye?
Yes. I just realised that I was writing my shout outs on my music hall songs list and vice versa, so I've just confused myself. We've had a bit of a request for, could you please oblige us with a Bren gun?
Oh,
or is that already coming up, or is that copyrighted?
That's not coming this week. That's a little bit of Noel Coward. Would you be? Who's that for?
That's for Stuart Clements.
Stuart, would you be can I leave that till next week and I'll do a little Noel Coward medley for you? Could you please oblige us with a Bren gun? If that's all right, I'll do that for you next week. And I can put some other Noel Coward stuff in there. That'd be a great idea.
Brilliant. Well, I've got one that's definitely a music hall, but you might already have it on your list.
Oh, go on.
The Boy I Love is up in the gallery.
Oh, I'm not on my list tonight. The boy I love is up in the gallery. The boy I love is looking down at me. There he is, can't you see? Waving his handkerchief, as merry as a robin that sings in the tree. There we go, Mari Lloyd. Though not originally Mari Lloyd, originally Nellie Power, but Mari Lloyd stole the song, as the story goes. There we go, a little bit of The Boy I Love is up in the gallery. Great, beautiful, beautiful tune. Now, we're going right the way back now to the early days of music hall, which really, as I said, came out of the kind of the songs and supper rooms. And one of the most popular things of those was the kind of broadside ballads, kind of ballad poetry, recitations, and singing of those. And this one goes back that far to about 1850. And it's called The Ratcatcher's Daughter. It was made famous by a performer called Sam Cowell, and he also Villikins and His Diner was another one of his. But yes, very very early, very kind of English, very English folk song, I suppose. So this is The Ratcatcher's Daughter. Now it's got a really dead easy chorus that you'll pick up as we go, but it tells a very very sad story. I'm going to attempt all the lyrics in this, but we're not going to do all the verses. There are so many verses of this. But hopefully the ones that I've chosen will give you a good idea of the little story. It goes like this. Oh, this is for Stephen Bow. Stephen Bow, this is for you. Not long ago in Westminster there lived a ratcatcher's daughter. But she didn't quite live in Westminster, 'cause she lived t'other side of the water. Her father caught rats, and she sold sprats all round about that quarter. And the gentlefolk all took off their hats to the pretty little ratcatcher's daughter. Doodle-dee, doodle-dum, dum-dum, doodle-doo. So that's the chorus. Give that a chorus a try. Doodle-dee, doodle-dum, dee-dum-doodle-da. Now rich and poor, both far and near, in matrimony sought her. But as friends and foes she turned up her nose, did the pretty little ratcatcher's daughter. For there was a man sold lily white sand, in Cupid's net had caught her. And right overhead and ears in love, sent the pretty little ratcatcher's daughter. All together! Doodle-dee, doodle-dum, dee-dum-doodle-dum. As I said, it doesn't get easier than that.
So I'm finding that really hard.
They both agreed to married be upon next Easter Sunday. But the ratcatcher's daughter, she had a dream that she wouldn't be alive on Monday. She went once more to buy some sprats, and she tumbled into the water. And down to the bottom all covered in mud, when the pretty little ratcatcher's daughter. Doodle-dee, doodle-dum, dee-dum-doodle-da. When Lily White Santy heard the news, his eyes ran down with water. Said, in love I will constant prove, and blow me if I live long after. So he cut his throat with a pane of glass, and he stabbed his donkey after. So here is the end of the Lily White Sand, and the donkey and the ratcatcher's daughter. Doodle-dee, doodle-dum, dee-dum-doodle. Last time. Doodle-dee, doodle-dum, dee-dum-doodle-da. What a sad little song. There we go. There are more verses. I urge you to have a read of the story, because it's wonderful. In the fourth and fifth verse, they talk about that she's so in love with the guy selling the lily white sand that she's selling sprats, but she's shouting, "Come and buy your lily white sand!" And he's so infatuated with her that he forgets about selling lily white sand, and he's saying, "Come and buy your sprats." It's beautiful. And then in the inquest at the end, in the last two verses, they say that it's just accidental. No one gets the blame. And but what a poor sad end to that couple.
Also with the chorus murdered by me because I couldn't get it right.
It's just doodly.
Yeah. It's the doodles and the deedles and the up and the down and yeah.
There we go. Any more suggestions, Hun, for musical songs?
Right, so I'm showing a bit of my ignorance here, and I'm not sure which of them are musical and which of them
go on.
are not. I know there are some of them definitely not. So if you've had a request that kind of came in, particularly for the more modern stuff, stick it through the website, and we'll make sure Tom does it next week.
Good
but
call.
we're trying to music hall all the way. So this is a long shot from Daniel Gillam for Danny by My Side by Edward Harrigan in 1891.
That's a new one on me, Daniel. You have flummoxed me on that one. I will dig that out and I will have a look. I don't know it, not one I know. So leave that one with me, and I will dedicate it to you.
Okay, so I've got another challenge from him.
Go on.
For now, it's probably, we know the tune. It may not be the words. The tanks that broke the ranks out in Piccadilly. To the man that broke the Bank of Monte Carlo. I'm assuming that's how I read it. So he doesn't know that one either. Daniel, 2 to you.
2 points to Daniel, 0 to me. There we go. Now we've had a request from Jeremy Buck for a little bit of the ruins that Cromwell knocked about a bit. Jeremy, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to move that to another week. I think we're kind of rushed for time this evening, actually. So if you're happy for me to hold that for another week, then I will do that for you another week. But that's another lovely bit of Latamari Lloyd. It's a great song. So Jeremy, apologies on that one. I will get you to that next week, possibly. But we've had a request from Kerry J for a little bit of Burlington Bertie from Bow. This one, an old Ella Shields number written by William Hargreaves, her husband. This one was actually released in 1915 and made very popular at the time by Ella Shields. But it actually parodies an earlier song, which was performed by the male impersonator, the drag king Vestitilli, in 1900. Now, the Burlington Bertie of Vestitilli's number in 1900 was a proper toff, was a true gentleman, kind of lounging around the clubs of Mayfair. And the song goes like that. And I haven't got the sheet music for that. I've seen the lyrics, but I don't have the sheet music for that one, unfortunately. But Burlington Bertie from Bow, which is perhaps a much better known song, actually, was, as I said, written by William Hargreaves in 1915 and sung by his wife Ella Shields. And this is a kind of down at heel toff. This is someone with lofty aspirations. As I said, Burlington Bertie from Bow in East London, a poor part of Victorian London, of course. So here we go. You got sing-along lyrics for this Burlington Bertie from Bow, page 3 in your songbooks. And then we've got a little bit of social history at the end as well. I'm Bert. Perhaps you've heard of me, Bert. You've had word of me jogging along, hearty and strong, living on plates of fresh air. I dress up in fashion, and when I am feeling depressed, I shave all the cuff, all my whiskers and fluff, stick my hat on and toddle up west. I'm Burlington Bertie, I rise at 10:30, saunter along like a toff. I walk down the Strand with me gloves in me hand, then I walk down again with them off. I'm all airs and graces, correct, easy paces, without food so long I forgot where my face is. I'm Bert, I haven't a shirt, but my people are well off, you know. Nearly everyone knows me, from Smith to Lord Rosebery. I'm Burlington Bertie from Bow. Now we have got a little second verse for this. Well, it's actually the fourth verse. I'm Burlington Bertie, I rise at 10:30, then Buckingham Palace I view. I stand in the yard while they're changing the guard, and the king shouts across, Toodaloo! The Prince of Wales' brother, along with some other, slaps me on the back and says, come and see mother. I'm Bert, and royalty's hurt when they ask me to dine. I say no. I've just had a banana with Lady Diana. I'm Burlington Bertie from Bow. A little bit of Burlington Bertie from Bow. Ella Shields hit there. Now, of course, there's the mention of Lady Diana at the end. Not, of course, Lady Diana Spencer, of course, way before that time. But Lady Diana Cooper, who was a kind of socialite of the time at the turn of the century. And parodied and mentioned in that song there. Written by William Hargreaves. Any more comments or shout-outs coming in there, Faye?
We've got a few more requests that you might be able to blast a few bars of. Antonio.
Very similar to Joshua, actually. Another Florrie Ford.
That's for Janine Ramsey.
Antonio, he's gone away. Left on my own-y-o. All on my own-y-o. I'd like to meet him and his new sweetheart. Then up you'll go, Antonio, and your ice cream cart. I'll do that in full another time. It's got a great verse, that one.
Brilliant. The houses in between.
Oh, it really is a very pretty garden. And Chingford to the eastward could be seen. With a ladder and some glasses, you could see to Hackney Marshes, if it wasn't for the houses in between. A little bit of the wonderful Gus Elan, another Costa comic there.
And how about a little bit of What You Fancy Does You Good?
I always hold in heaven it, you fancy it. If you fancy it, that's understood. And suppose it makes you fat, oh, don't worry over that. Just a little of what you fancy does you good. Oh, we're always out in heaven if you fancy it. If you fancy it, that's understood. And suppose it makes you fat, oh, don't worry over that. Just a little of what you fancy does you good. Another Mari Lloyd one there. There we go.
Brilliant. Oh, sorry, you're looking at me.
No, that's one.
Another one. I don't know if you know this one. If I had a talking picture of you.
If I had a talking picture. That's only kind of 1920s one, though. Again, not off the top of my head. Not off the top of my head.
I see.
You've caught me out. Who's caught me out?
Well, that was from Martin, but for Wibka. I can't know. I probably pronounced that wrong.
Yeah, okay. Yes, of course. Over in Germany. There we go. Yeah. Apologies. Yes, actually, I've got the request on my list. I will endeavour to learn that cheeky little 1920s number. If I had a talking picture of you. Talking about other requests. Oh, here we go. This one, actually, we had a little request earlier on, Daisy, that came in from Ian Valentine for his girlfriend, Frances. But actually, this one is a request from Frances to Ian. She said, we've listened to the sing-along since lockdown began. It would be grateful if you could dedicate this song to my boyfriend, Ian Valentine, who, along with the sing-along, has kept me smiling throughout. Oh, that's lovely to hear. Not only that we've been keeping you smiling, but Ian has been keeping you smiling too. Ian, a very snazzy vintage dresser who I've met at the Twinwood Festival. And if you joined us for the wonderful virtual Twinwood sing-along session last weekend, you'll understand about Twinwood. But there we go. Yes, Ian and I met at Twinwood Fumpty years ago. So there we go. Very, very stylish gent. And she's requested a song called Let Me Call You Sweetheart. I think it's a 1911 song. American song, not an English one. But again, these kind of American songs were popular in the music hall, not only with American performers who came across, but also English performers who performed them too. Those kind of early strains of ragtime and things coming across as well. But this is a kind of traditional American kind of waltz song, Tin Pan Alley song from the turn of the century, 1911, I think. I'm not good at my... you only good at Roman numerals, huh?
Ish.
MCMX. No, it's got to be 1910. There we go. That's got to be 1910, hasn't it? I hope. Here we go. Let me call you sweethearts after our lesson in Roman numerals. For going out for Ian Valentine from Francis Casey. And I am dreaming, dear, of you day by day, dreaming when the skies are blue, when they're grey, when the silvery moonlight gleams, still I wander on in dreams, in a land of love it seems, just with you. Do you know the chorus? Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that I love me too. Keep the love light glowing in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Get the lyrics right, Tom. Keep the love light glowing in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. There we go, for Ian Valentine there, from his girlfriend Frances there. Anything coming in there, Faye?
I've got a couple more songs which
Go on,
I think
couple more
if we can
requests.
squeeze them in. Hold Your Hand Out, You Naughty Boy, for Carol Knowles.
Again, another Florrie Ford. Hold your hand down, you naughty boy. Hold your hand down, you naughty boy. Last night in the pale moonlight, I saw ya with a nice girl in the park. He was strolling full of joy, and I told you I'd never kissed a girl before. Hold your hand out, you naughty boy.
Well done, well done. Oh, and Karen Speller has confirmed that that indeed was 1910 in Roman numerals.
Thank you very much. Glad someone knows Roman numerals.
There we go. And another little request from Joseph, By the Light of the Silvery Moon.
Oh, another American import. By the light of the silvery moon, I want to spoon to my honey, I'll croon love's tune, honeymoon. Keep a shining in June, keep a shining in June. Your silvery beams will bring love's scream. They'll be cuddling soon by the silvery moon. You caught me out on some of the chord changes in that. I can't remember. I've had too much wine. There we go. Well, we're coming towards the end of the sing-along this evening. Unless we've got any more requests there, Faye?
Just a little one for You Made Me Love You.
Oh, you made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me want you. And all the time I knew it. I guess I always knew it. You made me happy sometimes. You made me glad. But there were times, dear, you made me feel so bad. You made me sigh for I didn't want to tell you, I didn't want to tell you. I want some love that's true. Yes, I do, indeed I do, you know I do. Give me, give me, give me, give me what I cry for. You know you got the brand of kisses that I die for. You know you made me love you. Well, we couldn't have a music hall sing-along without one of the greatest music hall songs, and the most popular, I suppose, which was voted the top of the British Music Hall Society's top 10 of music hall hits. Another Mary Lloyd goes like this. Well, my old man said follow the van and don't dilly-dally on the way. Off went the car with its own packed in it. I followed on with me old cockle in it, and I dillied and dallied. Dallied and I dillied, lost my way and don't know where to roam. Oh, you can't trust the specials like the old-time coppers when you can't find your way home. Hey, a little bit of Mary Lloyd again to bring us towards the end there. Now it's almost time for our final medley this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid time is almost upon us. But before we go, can we have a huge thank you to my wonderful wife Faye over there on comments? Any final comments to make there, hun?
there's been comments flooding in, and I'm really sorry if I've not picked your one up. So.
That's all right, no worries. Thank you very much for that. And of course to my good friend Marcus, who is dealing with the back end and all the kind of social media stuff as well. Thank you, Marcus. Much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for joining us, as you do every Thursday between 8:30 and 9:30 for a good old-fashioned sing-along. We'll be down here next week, hopefully swung round the other way when I've got my keyboard fixed. So you better see this from another direction. If you like what I do, join Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers Facebook group, where Faye and I will be going live shortly with a little post-show kind of lockdown lock-ins is what we call it, a little bit of a debrief and a chat as we're kind of packing away. So do come along and join us over there. Of course, as I mentioned, if you want to grab the mugs or the tea towels or the CDs, go to my website, carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. And if you fancy throwing some pennies my way as well, that would be much appreciated. It means I can keep doing what I'm doing. As I said, Andrew is asleep this evening. He went to bed quite early because he had a tiring day at school, his first day back today. But Andrew might make an appearance next week. But there we go. We're coming towards the end of the sing-along this evening. So a little music hall goodbye medley. Anyone watching from Canada this evening? Wave out to anyone in Canada. This song that starts our final little goodbye medley is actually a Canadian song, and was popular over here in the Second World War. But it was used as a theme song at the end of, I think, Don Messer's Jubilee. Kind of variety show, I believe, in Canada. Hopefully, Karen Hancock, tell me whether that's right or not, and whether you recognise this. A little goodbye song for you from the Second World War. Smile the while you kiss me, sad adieu. When the clouds roll by, I'll come to you. When the skies will seem more blue, down in Lover's Lane, my dearie, wedding bells will ring so merrily. Every tear will be a memory, so wait and pray each night for me till we meet again. Here we go, some nice gentle swaying for this one. After the ball is over, after the break of morn, after the dancers leaving, after the stars are gone, many a heart is aching if you can read them all. Many are hopes that have vanished after the ball. And this has got a little parody lyric as well in the songbooks if you fancy it. A little funny one goes like this. After the ball was over, Bonnie took out her glass eye, put her false teeth on the water, hung out her wig to dry, placed her false teeth on the table, laid her false teeth in the chair. After the party was over, Bonnie was only half there. Now this one goes out to my wonderful friends with the Queen's own Royal West Kent Living History Group. Oh, why am I going this speed? It goes like this. Goodbye, goodbye. Wipe the tear, baby dear, from your eye. Oh, it's hard to part, I know. I'll be tickled to death to go. Don't cry, don't sigh. There's a silver lining in the sky. Bonsoir, old thing, cheerio, chin chin, na poo, toodaloo, goodbye. And our last one for this evening. This one, a hit from the Boer War, but was a great music hall hit and revived again in the First World War. And it goes like this. Goodbye, Dolly, I must leave you, though it breaks my heart to go. Something tells me I am needed at the front to fight the foe. See, the soldier boys are marching, and I can no longer stay. hear the bugles calling. Goodbye, Dolly Gray. Goodbye, Dolly Gray. Hey, there we go. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, as always on a Thursday, here at Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along. We'll be here again, same time, same place, 8:30 next Thursday on Facebook. We'll be jigged around, as I said, slightly the other way, but I hope you have a fantastic, safe week, and we'll see you then. Until then, show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Tell me about it. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Wherever I may roam, on land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. There we go. Have a safe week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much.